Hello, I'm the Cinemafanatic, and today I'm reviewing Curse of the Headless Horseman. Curse of the Headless Horseman is shit. It's shit. Don't watch it. Bye. Okay. So why is this movie so bad? Well, there are several reasons. But first, let's talk about the plot. Mark, played by Marland Proctor, inherits a ranch from his uncle, with the understanding that he has to keep it up and running for 6 months in order to actually own it. But trouble starts when accidents begin to occur around the ranch, and a dark figure on a horse starts to spook the workers. The film was directed by Leonard Kurtman under the alias John Kirkland. Leonard Kurtman mainly worked in pornography, and knowing that kind of gives you an idea of why the film came out the way it did. There is no porn in the film, but it is shot like a porn, quickly and cheaply. The sound, the editing, the photography, everything is horrible. Much of the time the dialogue is muffled and sometimes the actors talk over each other. The plot also contradicts itself. Now, the legend of the horseman is that he's after the 8 people who hunted him down and killed him. But if you watch the flashback, you just see 8 people shooting at each other. What? The narration is also contradictory. I mean, just listen to this.
There was a closed coffin. Only his clothing identified him.
Only his clothes identified him? Didn't you just say it was a closed coffin? Okay, yeah, I know, they probably identified him beforehand, but couldn't you have said that in another way that didn't sound weird? The photography and editing look like crap. When it comes to the photography, there's a lot of handheld shots, unnecessary zooms, shots are out of focus, underexposed, they constantly change in quality, and it appears as if the photographer didn't even know the basics of photography. I mean, look here, he breaks the 180-degree rule. For those of you who don't know, the 180-degree rule is a line the camera can't cross. For instance, when 2 actors are talking to each other, and the camera is cutting between them, the camera has to stay on one side of the 180-degree line, or else it will look like the 2 actors are continually switching places. As for the editing, it's just bad. Scenes cut away to random shots that have no relevance to the scene taking place.
Stay.
The narration sucks too. It comes in at random moments and is just as bad as the narration from The Beast of Yucca Flats.
It is like living in the silence between the ticks of a clock for Mark to see all of this again.
What about the special effects? What special effects? The only quote-unquote special effects in this movie are a fake head, some blood squibs, and some fake blood. There is one scene where the shot changes color to represent someone tripping on LSD, but even that's not very good. There's also a bit where a woman falls off a cliff, but in reality it's just a hill. They don't even try to hide it. What about the characters? There are none. We know nothing about these people, except that Mark is a doctor, and that's it. Speaking of Mark, and when I mean Mark, I mean Marland Proctor and the other actors, they're your standard actors, not bad, not great, just okay. I also have to mention that one of the main actors appears in the flashback, a scene which takes place in the 20s, whereas the main bulk of the film takes place in the 70s. They didn't even give a crap. Now on to the #1 worst thing about this movie. It hardly has the horseman in it. He shows up once at 27 minutes in and doesn't show up again until 50 minutes in. Also, this being a horror film, you would think it would try to be scary, but it isn't. It's not scary at all. This film's idea of scary is throwing fake blood on someone. Ooh. This film sucks. It has no redeeming factors at all. Don't watch it. Piss off. No, get out of here. We're not doing a sketch. Piss off. Get out of here. I'll see you next time.